Hello, I'm Nicole Matheson. I am a couple therapist and relationship focused counselor. I'm here today to talk about what we can do to help our activated parts calm back down. So here's my drawing of that.
Okay, so last time we were here, we were talking about the humble garlic and how it's a really great metaphor for talking about our inner being and self and parts and how we're kind of organized inside. And it's just a metaphor, obviously, we're not actually a garlic. But we were talking about what happens when a part of us comes up and is activated and has taken over our system. It's taken over our belief system. It's taken over our thinking. It's taken over our physiology. It really has a lot of influence in those moments when it is activated. And today we're going to talk about what you can do to bring this part back down. So how do we bring this part back down so that it's sitting there? And I just want to say that all of these guys are all parts of you, right? But these ones sitting down here, they are not activated. So they're not taking over your system. They're fine. They're just a part of you. They're sometimes they're helping you manage your life. Sometimes they're just sitting and looking out for that danger. But often they can just exist with you and they don't take over your system. Whereas when a part has taken over your system and it's activated, we feel that stress response and we feel the exhaustion of that and we feel the physiological effects. And we also don't really have access to our frontal lobes, to our thinking, to our spirit, to our soul, to our wisdom, to our curiosity, to our creativity. We're in that real survival stress brain when our parts are activated. So this is not the place where we can make really good decisions, have really good deep conversations, be our wisest self. So it's really in our interests on so many levels, health as well, to bring this part back down. But how do we do that? And so I just want to talk about a couple of ways we can bring our parts back down. So way number one is to acknowledge that it's a part. So I think that when we don't acknowledge that it's a part, we basically become the part. We're like, I'm anxious. I am terrified. We become that part. We let it take over our system. And we identify with it. We really blend with it. But when we just do this simple thing of acknowledging that this is a part of me that's really scared, that gets triggered by this, that makes my body feel this way, that makes me respond this way, we're doing that wonderful thing that is kind of like Psychology 101 of just creating distance between ourselves and the thought, the feeling, or the part, right? Psychology 101 says, name the feeling. And we're doing exactly that. We're just creating a little bit of distance between this is who I am and this is a part of me. So it's really helpful just to acknowledge that it's a part. And when you do that, you can notice how it is in your body. You can notice its fear, its thoughts, notice its whatever, its fear, etc. So number two, you can respond to it like you would a little kid that is worried. So you can let it know, get it. So, hey, I see you. I see that you're worried about this. And, knowing where I came from and that thing that happened to me when I was 7 years old, where I put my hand up in class, and sometimes we don't even have that memory, but it makes sense that you are worried about me and that you're trying to keep me safe. So I get it. I get it. I see you. And the third thing that I think is really helpful and can be hard for some of our parts is to see the good intent. And this is very much an IFS thing to do with our parts is, actually, this part is not trying to destroy my professional capacity as a public speaker or destroy my friendship with the person who really wants me to speak at their birthday party. This part is actually worried about me feeling feelings that it believes are too big for me, that it believes I can't cope with, that it believes I want to avoid. And it's really trying to keep me safe. It's really trying to keep me comfortable. It wants the best for me. It's not trying to ruin my life. So when we can come back to what's at the root of all of the work that this part is doing for us 24/7 and see the good intent, we really help it come back down, right? And then number 4 is just the metaphor of the bus. And I'll do another video of this at some point, but the metaphor of the bus is a really beautiful idea that we don't let our fear, we don't let our scared parts drive the bus. We allow them to be here in the bus and they can be passengers, but we are the ones. Self, that central stem, is the one that gets to drive the bus. And so we invite this part, this worried part, to get in the back seat and to let self make the decisions here, be in charge here, be the leader here. And this can really help our parts relax back down because our parts are stepping into a vacuum of leadership. They feel like no one's in charge, no one knows what to do, no one knows how to cope in this situation. I better jump in, I better like put out fires, I better, save us. They're trying to save us. The other thing I think is really important to say is that our parts are not going away. We're not trying to get rid of them. We're just trying to help them deactivate and calm down and trust us. They're not going away. They might, when you've done lots and lots of healing on the past, on that past little self that was initially activated, they might really not get activated very often at all. And if they do come up, they're really easy to help back down. But they're always going to be part of you. Our job is not to get rid of our parts. Our job is to help them back down, help them relax and trust. But I will talk about that in other videos. So check out the other videos on my site. Please subscribe, follow, and like. Feel free to share. I hope that was helpful. Take care. Bye.